It is the holiday season for the holiday cheer, but can also be a very risky time for those with heart disease.
So a study published by the American Heart Association shows that cardiac-related events as well as deaths go up between Christmas and New Year's.
King 5's Christine Pei has a one-on-one interview with a cardiologist about ways that you can bypass those risks.
In this week's HealthLink, some ideas to stay heart healthy as we close out the year. Stress can be an inevitable part of the holiday season, and stressing out can be hard on your heart health. And joining us now to make sense of it all is Dr. Robert Riley. He is an interventional cardiologist at Overlake Medical Center. So, Dr. Riley, thank you so much for your time. First off, holiday stress might be a bit of a throwaway line for a lot of us, but it sounds like it can really negatively impact our cardiovascular system.
Well, you know, the holidays are a fantastic time of year to celebrate friends and family. But with that, as you said, really does come some negative consequences. We know that this time of year is associated with an increased risk for heart-related events, and we think that centers around the change in temperature, sometimes the excessive imbibement of food and drink, and then also that relational stress that you mentioned. All of those three things can definitely add to that increased risk.
So a great way to be mindful of all of this is, of course, with some gifts. Some people might actually still need some ideas this holiday season. Why choose one relating to heart health?
What we tried to do was look at the data and say, what are three things that data shows that can improve someone's heart health? And the first was the Mediterranean diet. It's been around for a long time, and there's a lot of data that shows that implementing that into your life can positively impact your heart health. And so, I recommend the Complete Mediterranean Cookbook by America's Test Kitchen. It really goes over what the diet is, how to incorporate it, some very simple recipes, and can be a fantastic way to help somebody with that. The next would be an at-home blood pressure monitoring kit. It doesn't sound as sexy as you might want it to be, but really vital. We know that monitoring that blood pressure for those with high blood pressure and those at risk can really help lower that rate. And so the Omron Platinum blood pressure monitor is what I use. For myself, been around for a long time, well tested, and really a great machine. And then the last thing was, we know that the more steps you get, the better your health outcomes. We know that somewhere around 8,000 to 10,000 steps a day really improves our heart health. And so with some sort of wearable monitor, we know that our smartphones often will do this, but something like an Apple Watch, or Garmin, a Fitbit, these types of things can really be helpful in that regard.
Okay, so let's talk about moderation. How can people enjoy the holidays without harming their health, particularly for people who already have heart disease? What can they do?
Yeah, so, a lot of people say, hey, the holidays are coming up. I may go to a party, family get together, whatever. Can I have, a few drinks? Can I have some sweets? Can I have these types of things? And really the answer is, listen, our body was made to have most types of things. Restrictive diets have never really worked out where you exclude one type of thing, protein, carbs, whatever. It's all about that moderation. So first, it's about the moderation. Second, it's about continuing that exercise habit that you have. That exercise can often sort of offset some of that. Where we get into trouble is where we completely get away from that, completely go a little bit overboard and do it on a repeated basis. That seems to be where we get into trouble.
Okay, Dr. Riley, thank you very much. Cardiologist over at Overlake Medical Center. Thank you for your insights, and of course, happy holidays.
Thank you very much. Happy holidays to you all as well.